I love the idea of a bucket list because it's more of like a fun challenge. Trevor came home a few minutes before we went to the park. He has COVID. It reminded me just how much I hate actually getting pierced. Contactless delivery. This is bed for the next few nights. Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's vlog. So for 2024, I didn't do resolutions. I don't think I actually did like true resolutions last year. I think I more called them goals, but even then I didn't really do that this year. I don't know, I just felt like resolutions can sometimes take on like a negative connotation because like when it comes to the end of the year, you just kind of feel like a failure if you didn't achieve them. But I still kind of wanted to like set myself up to challenge myself to achieve things this year. So I think I came across a TikTok that said they were gonna do a 2024 bucket list, and I absolutely loved that idea. I think that's so much more positive, and it just like, it sounds like so much more fun. I love the idea of a bucket list because it's more of like a fun challenge of like, ooh, let's see how many things I can get done this year. You know, it's not really a failure if you didn't hit all of them or anything. It's just more like kind of like a fun little challenge to see like how many of these memories can I make this year. And I decided to do a word of the year this year, and for this year mine is abundance, and specifically I feel like it really ties in with the bucket list because I want an abundance of really fun memories to look back on this year. So I have my 2024 bucket list here, and the first one, oh shoot, this one's gonna kind of spoil the big trip that we've been planning, but this has been like on my general bucket list for so many years, and I know I have the opportunity to do it this year. So it was the first thing that I put on this bucket list because I knew that I could achieve it, and it was gonna be a big deal because it's something that's on my general life bucket list, so it'll be so much fun to check off. But the first thing on my 2024 bucket list is to ride a toboggan in Switzerland. I have always wanted to do that. I always see people like on social media when they go visit riding the toboggans on the mountainside and stuff, and I think that that just looks like so much fun. So I really want to do that, which we will more than likely get to do this year, so definitely stay tuned for June. And then the next item on my bucket list this year I hope to be able to do in this same trip, but I want to purchase another luxury bag. I have two in mind. I'm not sure which one. It'll also kind of come down to availability of the bags when we go, but I do plan on purchasing another one this year. Then my next bucket list item is one that I've been wanting to do since last year, and I'm really hoping that we can do it, but I want to take Leo on a trip. And I don't know if it's gonna be like actually bring him to a pet-friendly hotel and take him traveling with us somewhere. For that, he will need to be kennel trained. We are still working on that. Trevor and I really like training, and I think that we've done a great job with him, but kennel training has always been our weakest point, and we are definitely still working on that. He does not like the door closed still, but hopefully we can get him to that point, and even if we don't, we can still take him on vacation because we've been talking about wanting to possibly do one of those van camping trips at some point, and we have two different neighbors who do those regularly, and we know that both the vans that they rent from are pet friendly. So even if Leo is not ready for a hotel vacation, I would still love to do one of those van camping trips and take him. We're not quite sure where. We have a friend who's a wilderness expert, so we've consulted with him and he's given us a couple of recommendations, so we're gonna think about that and possibly try to do that this year. Okay, the next one is a fun one, and one that Trevor and I are already working on, and it's actually like a bucket list item that both of us actually had for this year. year when I told him about it, he was like, I actually want to do that too this year. So that worked out perfectly. We want to try a new restaurant in our area every single month. So one weekend night a month, we are going to do a date night and we're going to go to a restaurant that we've never been to in our area. And actually for this month, we actually have 2 new restaurants that we're going to try out. So we're very excited to try those. The next item on this bucket list, I guess this is the only one that's really more of like a resolution or like a goal versus a bucket list item, but I did want to put it on here because I just like wanted, that was kind of more of like a working goal, and that is to have a certain dollar amount in the bank this year. I'm not the greatest saver, so I feel like putting this as a bucket list item and having one of these things, seeing a certain figure in my bank account, would be a different way to approach trying to get myself to be a little better with saving. And I'm not gonna share the dollar amount. I feel like everybody's finances are so different. Everyone has different needs in their lives and different requirements for their finances. So I don't like to share dollar amounts because of that. But like I said, there is a certain number that I want to make sure that I have. Then my next bucket list item is to go to a country concert other than Coastal Country Jam. Depending on the lineup, we are more than likely going back to Coastal Country Jam. I love it. I mean, it's a local country festival and I always have such a good time at it, and since Trevor enjoyed it so much, I'm pretty positive that we'll go again, assuming that the lineup on one of those nights is something that we want to go to. But besides Coastal Country Jam, I want to go to another country concert. Before, like last year, I hadn't really been going to concerts very much. They just weren't really something that I thought of, but I went to a couple last year and I really enjoyed myself, and I want to challenge myself to do more things like that. So for my bucket list this year, I definitely want to attend like a standalone country concert. Then this next one, I'm thinking of getting done in the next month or so, and that is to get Leo's tattoo. We're not doing memorial tattoos anymore. Every animal will get to see their tattoo in their lifetime, and I actually already picked out Leo's. It came to me a few weeks ago and I absolutely love this idea. It's very simple and it can stand for a lot of things, but I will always know that it's Leo's. So I'm thinking of getting that next month around his 1-year gotcha day anniversary. I can't get it on the day of because I actually have plans that day, but I'm hoping for at some point during that weekend. Then the next item on my 2024 bucket list is to get more piercings. We know I just did my second holes here and I absolutely love them, and there are a couple more piercings on my ear that I want to get, so my goal is to get both of those done this year. Then the last item on my 2024 bucket list is another Disneyland day. Disneyland is just something that's so expensive, and it's like you really have to plan for it because the amount of money that you drop is like insane. And Trevor and I did look into possibly getting passes this year when they opened up, but Trevor, I guess, went online to try to go get them, and he said that it was like a 5-hour wait for the queue. So it just was not gonna happen, but still, I would love to make sure that we plan another Disney day because I absolutely loved it. And I think I wanna try to hit Disneyland at least once a year. It's always gonna be a really huge splurge day, which is definitely tough, but I don't know, maybe for our anniversary, we'll do that, or maybe that's when we'll do like a van trip with Leo. I don't know, but for sure I want to get to Disneyland again this year. Well, that is my 2024 bucket list. I am gonna get back to work here, and then I need to take Leo to the PARK. But let me know in the comments if you guys have any like goals or resolutions or bucket lists that you're aiming to achieve this year. I think that class might have just killed me. Holy crap. I was riding the struggle bus hard in there. When I went back to weightlifting the last couple weeks, I injured my shoulder. So it's been on the mend a little bit. I'm like still trying to do the movements, but if I feel it, I just either back off or just don't do it. But my shoulder was definitely going crazy in there. Then I've had like a chronic left toe injury for a while now, so whenever we do any lunges or anything, I don't have full balance when using my left foot. So lunges are like a little bit tougher for me right now, but it was like right now nothing was good. My upper body is injured, my lower body is injured. The only thing that was like 100% was my core, which is my weakest part of me. So I was definitely humbled today, that's for damn sure. But I am headed to the piercing salon where I got my second piercings done. The one that I went to is a little bit pricey, but it does include a checkup appointment, and then they waive the fee to shorten your earrings if you're eligible to. I think I might be. I don't think that they're swollen at all, but my one concern is this side. I think it just keeps getting hit or something, because Trevor said he doesn't see any infection, but every once in a while when I go to clean it, there's like a little bit of blood, so it's having a hard time closing. So I don't know if they're gonna let me shorten my posts. Honestly, I may opt to just not shorten the posts, just my own personal preference. But yeah, I've been needing to go in for my checkup appointment, so we're gonna go get that done. And then I'm gonna run to the grocery store and pick us up some food. Trevor came home a few minutes before we went to the park. He has COVID. So poor guy is just going through it. Before you're like, why did you go to Pilates? I did take the test. We are pretty positive that I'm in the clear. You realize he's been having symptoms since like Sunday. So that means he's been symptomatic since Sunday. So he probably had been incubating it up to a couple days before. And right now it's Wednesday. I took the test before I went to the park, and then I took another one after the park, and I'm negative on both of them. So by now, if I had caught it, it would have been showing up. So he's quarantined himself to the bedroom. I'm gonna be couch surfing for the next few nights, which is totally fine with me, because honestly, I sleep on the couch half of the nights just because I've watched TV so late and I'm editing so late a lot of the times that I fall asleep down there. Although I will say, since the new year, I've been doing better about actually going to bed. So actually that's not true anymore. Every night I've been actually going to bed instead of staying up super late and falling asleep on the couch. But either way, I'm no stranger to sleeping on the couch. I don't mind it at all. So I brought all my stuff downstairs, and I'm just gonna be living downstairs, and he can have the whole upstairs, so that he also has access to his PS5 in the spare room. I just need to use the shower up there, and other than that, I'll be fine. And then we're just gonna keep testing him for the next few days. We do have some plans this weekend, but as long as he is testing negative by the time we get to the weekend, we should be fine to keep our plans. But after I go get my piercings checked, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and pick him up some of his ramen. Luckily, he has not lost smell or taste, because he made some of his ramen earlier. He could definitely taste it, and he also like noticed like a funky smell in the kitchen. I need to check the fridge, but that means both senses are working, which is great. So yeah, I'm gonna grab him some NyQuil and some ramen, and then also grab us some food. Okay, ears are in the clear. Also too, man, that class really truly did kick my ass. I had to like run across the street because there's no crosswalk here. And one, I'm out of breath because my body is just so exhausted. And two, my body does not want to move. Like, I was struggling to run. Like, when I tried to run across the street to get to the piercing place, I kind of like ended up doing a cartoon run where like I was doing the running motion, but I wasn't really getting anywhere for like 2 or 3 steps. I'm so tired from that class. Not from COVID, but from that class. Oh my God. But now I need to go pick Trevor up some stuff and then also go get us our food. I just realized I was so exhausted and winded. I didn't even like tell you guys about the appointment. Yeah, like I mentioned, they said that everything is all good, no swelling at all. They did say I could go down to the shorter posts, but I could also keep the longer posts in if I wanted to, because what it is they waive the fee for installing the short posts, but you still have to pay for them. So I was just like, you know what, just leave them in, because in a couple more months I'll probably want to go ahead and switch them out. So I got my ears pierced mid-December, so they said mid-March I can go ahead and switch these out, but I'll probably wait 1 more month until about mid to late April to switch that, just in case, because I am still traumatized from that time I switched my earrings too early and the skin grew over them and I had to carve them out with a knife. So I'm too scared to do it too early, so I am gonna wait. But I just didn't want to pay for the shorter posts when the long posts aren't bothering me at all. He did say that this ear does look fine. It hasn't like bled in the last couple days. He said more than likely, yeah, in like my sleep or something I might accidentally be hitting it once in a while, but it's just like a little tiny drop of blood that I've been seeing just very once in a while when I clean it. So he said, yeah, I could just be re-traumatizing it, as long as it's not like swelling or pussing or there's like a ton of blood, it should be fine. It's just trying to close, and I might just be accidentally bugging it so much that it's taking a little longer on like a small piece of it. So yeah, I'm all good and all checked out. He said I'm doing a great job cleaning it, just kind of keep it up, and I can just take it down to like once a day at this point with the saline wash. But he said, you know, just still keep cleaning them, keep rotating them and everything, but that everything otherwise looks on track with them. So good news all around. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have to re-pierce anything, thank God, like I've had to do with so many of my other piercings. Like, I was really trying to be diligent and on top of the aftercare this time, because when I pierced them this time, it reminded me just how much I hate actually getting pierced. I hate getting pierced so much. Tattoo me all day long, but I really do dread getting pierced. Oh, perfect. They have his ramen and they have the pack. Ooh, they have my ramen. He also asked me for some NyQuil. Actually, let's do the severe one. Generic, because these prices are stupid. I pick it for Sarah? Thank you. I just tried to go pick up Trevor some medicine. He got in touch with his doctors and they prescribed him some stuff, and we thought that it was ready, but apparently not. Friday had said it would be another 20-30 minutes, so I'm walking over to Northgate right now and I'm gonna get churros because I wanted some the other night, but the line for churros was out the door, so I'm like, it should be pretty short right now, which looks like it is. So I'm gonna pick some up for me and then a couple for Trevor as well. Burritos, and I got Trevor regular churros, but yum. Oh my god, these are so freaking good. The best. Ooh, hot though. And I figured while I'm waiting on his medications, I'm just gonna swap our stuff here. So from the habit, one of my favorite things to get is the Caesar salad with the ahi on top. It's so good. It's like surprisingly filling. I'm gonna swap that and put the churros in here along with his medicine so I can just deliver it upstairs. Contactless delivery. So it's much later. I am in the downstairs bathroom because the living room is officially my bedroom. Poor Trevor is not getting any better right now. He's having a hard time breathing, so for sure just, you know, letting him have his space and just try to rest. But it was so funny. He like was complaining this afternoon about having to be in quarantine, and I was like, dude, it's been like half a day, if that. But he's already going stir crazy. He like came out on our walk with us tonight and just like followed back a few feet, but he was like, oh my god, the fresh air. I was like, you literally were outside earlier today, dude. But yeah, I like set myself up a little bed area, and then I moved some of my skincare down here. I did most of my skincare when I took a shower earlier, but there's like a few things that I just like finished up right before I go to bed. To my lash serum, still using Grande Lash. What is this, like 3 or 4 years strong? Oh, I forgot to bring down lotion for my hands. Maybe I'll just run upstairs and like grab a pump. Some Laneige lip sleeping mask. The gummy bear one is the best. But yeah, we've just been kind of like chilling all night. I mean, well, Trevor's been upstairs and I've just been like down here actually just kind of vegging out. But now I'm like starting to get sleepy, and it's actually kind of nice to like be down here for bed because this is like usually where I am when I start getting sleepy, because I'm like watching my shows down here, just winding down from like editing. So now I'm just gonna like keep watching my shows down here until I like fall asleep. So that's actually kind of nice. That's also why I did not mind couch surfing for a few nights, but I just realized I need my saline solution and I might as well also grab my lotion. Got my little bed set up here. I promise you guys, our couch is so incredibly comfy. I fall asleep down here all the time. But I brought down my weighted blanket and I grabbed one of my pillows, so this is bed for the next few nights.